and with olive oil, I think some more salami. That's what it says. He has some potatoes, like I think russet potatoes, so that he can. It's gonna be kind of like an easy breakfast. And so he has corned beef, and so is Libby's, and this is the best brand that we usually use, and that is better for us. And so that is coming. If you don't like a lot of sodium, this is for you because it's coming from somebody who doesn't eat so much sodium. And here my dad has a whole batch of eggs so he doesn't run out. Okay, so in this part, my dad is peeling some potatoes, like russet potatoes, for the fries. And then when you're cutting the potatoes, you have to cut it into dices so that it'll cook better when you actually fry it on the stove. And here you can see my dad is frying it. Here you can see that my dad is trying to cut it so that when he fries it can cut evenly and perfectly. Okay, so here he uses the pink Himalayan salt. This is the salt that we usually use. It's best for us, but if you guys want to try it, you can. And then here we have my dad mixing all the fries together with the Himalayan salt and stuff. And then here my dad cracks 3 eggs. You can crack how many eggs you want depending on how big of your family is it. You can see that he's mixing the eggs up. So here I'm peeling it, but it's hard for me to peel it. So I asked my dad to help me. And so you need parent supervision for this because the metal is very sharp and somebody could get hurt. And here I have me rolling it so I can open it. And so you have to, my dad's basically saying that you have to flip it over and then you have to open it. And then he adds some inside the eggs and then he saves some for later just in case. Here, as you can see, my dad is putting some olive oil, refined olive oil with 15% extra virgin olive oil. And this is the olive oil that works best for us. So here, he's pouring the olive oil in the pan or in the pot. And then he turns on the gas to medium. And then he takes the red onion, he takes off the top and bottom. And then this is a way that my dad finds it most easy to cut an onion. So that it's safer for you and you don't get hurt. And then he takes the onions and then puts it in the eggs with the corned beef. And then he adds some pepper to it so that it can become like more flavored. And this is the seasoning that we use. We use the and basically he just uses his hand to like guess the measurement. So like it's based off like your thinking of like your measurement and stuff. And then he's mixing it all together. Here, my dad is frying the potatoes in it. And then here, my dad fries the other thing, the other one that we did with the corned beef, and then he's frying it on a separate pan so that it can be much faster. And then here, you have to kind of like put the oil on top of the eggs so that it can become more crispy. And basically you have to cut it in half so that it can be more easier to like flip it, and so nothing like happens and stuff. And here he's flipping the other side, and as you can see, it's much more crispy than we usually make it. Here, he's cracking 3 more eggs so that he can put the potatoes in it. Then he puts some of the seasoning that we put on the other one, and then he gets some black pepper. Then he adds the potatoes in the fries so that it could be like potatoes kind of fries. And then he takes the other bit of the corned beef eggs that we had, and then in this part he takes it off, and then he replaces it with the potatoes so that it could be much faster. And then he flips it over, and then now it's starting to become crispy. And then we move over to the big pot because now he's doing this other side so it can also be much more crispy. And you see that crispiness on there? And then this is the final result of our eggs. We have the salami, we have the corned beef with eggs, and we have the potatoes, and we have the eggs with potatoes. Here we have my younger brother eating. That food looks so good, don't it? And then we have me eating. The food tastes so good. It was so super good. And here we have my dad eating it. Look up close. Look at that crispiness. And then we have my older brother eating. Doesn't that just look so good? Okay, bye. Bye, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.